Hey YouTube, Jim here. Welcome to Top 10 Archive. As YouTubers, perhaps they're more likely to document weird discoveries because they're constantly recording. The things we tell our friends at cocktail parties, they would tell the world on their channel with footage to prove it. Let's check out 10 weird discoveries made by YouTubers. But before we get started, why not become an archivist today by clicking that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. If you end up enjoying this video, let us know by giving it a thumbs up and tell us in the comment section. Tell us the weirdest discovery you've ever made.
Number 10. Prints in the snow. To find animal prints in itself is just natural, even footprints. When you find them outside of your house and they appear out of nowhere and stop abruptly, that's when questions arise. That's what happened to Steve the alien when he found prints outside his house. The nature of the prints made it look like it was done by a large beast with a huge stride. Was there a massive three-toed monster outside of his house? Where did it go after the last print? Number 9. A haunting we can laugh at. This completely unexplainable discovery has got to be one of the most interesting I've seen. Unlike others we'll see on this list, we find that this one has no setup, no weird backstory, nothing to make it seem like a scheme. It's really just a woman in a car whose air conditioning knob turns by itself. We don't know why. All we know is she says it happens when she's not looking. If I could have a ghost automatically turn on the AC or heating before I get home every day, it would be much appreciated. Number 8. Haunted cars. Another case of this is the one of Chance Raspberry, who finds that, after running an errand, something in his car has taken on a life of its own. The rearview mirror accessory isn't magnetic, and he records it for an extended period of time as it goes around and around at a speed that seems entirely abnormal. While it's in plain daylight and won't exactly be in the next horror script, it's still a totally weird discovery that I have no idea how to explain. Number 7. The attic camera. Mellowbird set up a camera in his attic to capture whatever it was that made the noises he heard at night. He ended up getting exactly what you would expect: paranormal activity. It's hard to imagine how the video he captured could have been faked, but I'm not a filmmaker, so if you are, please debunk it in the comments. For now, I am kind of freaked out about that clicking I keep hearing at the same time every night. Maybe I'll set up a camera, or I'll just ignore it and live blissfully unaware of what lives in my attic. Number 6. A fresh grave. Theo freaking Dorr was walking around with a friend, just hanging around. Then suddenly, he said he started feeling strange and slightly paranoid. He inspected the area a bit, only to find something suspicious near a line of trees. He goes closer and finds a mound of dirt, something that looks like a freshly dug grave. It's pretty shallow, but who, besides a murderer, would be digging a grave-like site in the woods next to the forest line? And why? He and his friend take off running, and rightly so. Number 5. The mysterious body. These urban explorers go out at night to see the city at its most interesting. They observe the streets, the alleys. They go looking for trouble, really. For a long time, they hadn't found anything of interest until one night when they found a ladder covered in red gunk and decided to climb it. It leads to a dumpster in which they see what truly looks to be a body. Whether it's real or not is up for debate, but without a doubt, it's weird and scary. Number 4. The hanging doll. These guys were exploring an abandoned home, which we do not recommend, and came upon one of the scariest, though most harmless scenes I've seen. The house is run-of-the-mill scary, just abandoned and old, in need of a lot of fixing up in order to be beautiful again. When they reach an attic, though, that's when the house shows its true colors. They come up to see a doll hanging by the neck and spinning by itself slowly. It's moving without the kids touching it at all. Number 3, the sewer tunnel. These YouTubers had passed a tunnel during the day that, as night explorers, they longed to stake out in the middle of the night. They set the date and made their way through the woods to it, but on the way, there was some sort of creature leading them to it. They followed, not catching much of anything, until they entered the tunnel and about halfway in, heard a moan. They decided that was all they really needed and ran away, a bit scared and shook up. Number 2, the mystery attic box. Part of me thinks this is way too good of a setup to not have been staged. These YouTubers, with a recently purchased home, explore the rooms and find in the corner of one a chair just sitting there. The chair faced the door directly, as if someone had been sitting there waiting for a visitor. In that room is the door to the attic, where they go to explore what's there. Of course, there they find forgotten boxes with perfectly preserved newspaper clippings, magazines, some kind of Bible, a small old bike, and one of those snow globes that plays music with the glass broken. The music continued to play by itself, and it became clear this room was not where they wanted to be. Whether it's real or not is unknown, but they sure wrote a good horror clip regardless. Number 1, the handprint. This video, captured by Lulier, shows one of the scariest things I've seen in real time. The reason is that it feels very Blair Witch Project-like. We're just watching our character explore something we can't understand, and neither can he. In this case, we see that he wants to find the source of the crying on the other side of that door. He goes in, finds nothing, closes it, and then a handprint appears on the glass. He repeats the process. The glass shows a hand. The fact that he continues to try means he's either fearless or in on it. Thanks for watching. If you're a YouTuber with some weird clips like these, let us know in the comments, and maybe we can put together a collab for a future video. Remember to subscribe, click the bell, and let us hear from you in the comments about some weird things that have happened to you.